One. Hi everybody, welcome back to LDRS Creative tonight. We are so happy to see you all here. We've been reading everybody's messages. So hello to everybody. Stephanie Sharples is in the house tonight. Susan is here and Brenda from Kentucky. Gail, I saw that you are here from Sterling Heights. Hello to Lisa in South Carolina, Nancy in Omaha, Barbara in South Carolina, and Liggins? Linda Higgins, sorry about that. Linda in California. Looks like Kathy is here from Arizona. B is here from Ontario. Pretty cool. That's a long way. Oh, wow. Wendy, you're in Saskatchewan. That's a long way. And Ariel, welcome. And hello to Gayla in North Carolina. Lori's right here in Michigan. I know I saw Lori Langemeyer is out there today too. Oh, yeah. She's just a few miles away. And Angel's in the house. I see you here too. Catherine Cartwright in Georgia. So many people. Pamela in Northern California. V from Philly. Oh my goodness, now you're all getting your names in there, aren't you? You're going to have me sitting here all evening just calling out your names. Elsie. I'm losing the ability to speak already. Elsie in Ontario. Clara as well. Cindy Harris. Hi, Cindy Mero is here from Michigan.
Oh, good.
Yep. So great to see everybody here. So I'm trying to think if we have any announcements coming up. Oh, we do. We have a really cool announcement coming up. Set your calendars. February 13th, so that's going to be next Tuesday, on the HSN group. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's like Crafting with Suzanne. I can't remember exactly the name of it, but it's a private HSN group. And maybe Linnea can link it or something here. But if you haven't joined it already, join it, because there's a lot of really great HSN stuff that goes on there. But that's where we do live streams and stuff. And there's a big craft live stream. It's a 12-hour day, and it's on Tuesday. It goes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And I'm going to be on from 8 to 8:30. And this is crafting that takes place, which is really cool. So I'm actually going to be crafting for 30 minutes. So they're giving me 30 minutes, and we're going to be going through some of the new products that we're bringing to HSN. But I actually get to craft with them, which is super fun. You know how much I love doing that. So it's not just going to be like 6 minutes and we're done. I'm actually crafting. So I'd love to see you guys there. That would be a lot of fun. So again, I'm going to be right at the top of the 8 p.m. Eastern hour, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So what does it say? Even your speech is confabulated. Confabulated?
I'm going
to have to look that one up. I don't know what that is. All right, so tonight we are going to be working with our letterpress press plates. But instead of doing letterpress with them, I'm actually going to foil with them, because they are press plus foil plates. So we're going to be doing that tonight. We're going to make I think, a beautiful card with it. We're going to see what happens. I realized as I was kind of gearing up and practicing with this tonight, not really practicing, but planning, I guess is the word. One of my die cutting machines actually seems to have a little bit of a flat spot, which you notice with certain techniques. And foiling is one of those techniques where if you have a flat spot, you can have a little bit of an issue. So anyway, I was trying to figure out what, shims would work really well. I was trying different shims, and I'll go through this as I'm doing it. But, if you're, don't worry about what you're going to be using as a shim, I guess. I mean, think about what can you grab in your craft space. If the plates, because like I'm using a glimmer, the Spellbinders glimmer, and the sandwich that they recommend with the letterpress dies was a little too tight. If I used both of the plates together, if I only used one of them, it wasn't tight enough, so I had to kind of figure out the shimming myself. Alan, where are you? But we need to go overhead. Well, I'm going to have to sit here and chat a little while longer because my producer just left, and the button to change the camera overhead is across the room. And Mr. Hunt, we need to change the camera.
I did tell him we were live.
I already told him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're going to go overhead. See, this is what happens when you're live, right? Okay, we're going to go overhead. I'm going to show you, first of all, what I'm going to be working with. So, did he leave for dinner? You're so cute, Kathy. We don't get to eat dinner on Thursday nights. All right, let me grab my glasses. We're going to zoom in a little bit tighter here. There we go. Okay, so this is the Sweetheart Floral. You will find on our letterpress dies, the packaging is gray. It will say up in the corner, impression die. Let's see if I can get that up in the corner. But it says impression, and it's hyphenated because you actually impress into the paper. And then it'll say letterpress underneath. Now, on the back of these, it will say that it's compatible with the Spellbinders. We are going to be updating our packaging, and it is actually going to say that on the front, and it's going to be more bold so that you know that it will work with the Spellbinders Betterpress. But that it also works with, with hot foil. These are fantastic dies. If you don't know what these are, I'm going to give you a very quick rundown of these. I'm going to grab one real quick here. This is just my little sample. But let me grab mine out of my storage stuff here, the one that I'm actually going to be working with. Okay, so are these dies? Yes, they are dies. We refer to them as plates, but they are technically dies. It's the same material that a die is made out of, except all of these little grooves and things are not going to cut you. So if I run my hand over these, I'm not going to cut myself. But these are a different thickness than regular cutting dies, all right? So these are thicker. They also have a proprietary patented coating over these so that you can ink them up. They will hold the ink, and then they will transfer the ink onto paper. Not only that, but they will press into the paper just like letterpress, and you get gorgeous, gorgeous impressions. So this one is the Sweetheart Floral. This is part of our most recent collection that is titled With Affection. So this one also comes with a cutting die, and then we have stencils that are sold separately. And I'm going to be playing with those today too. So we're going to be working with these. In order to use the actual letterpress press plate, you do need to have a platform like the Betterpress by Spellbinders. We're going to be using that. I'm also going to be pulling in my, I think they're, what are they called? Love and Friendship. These are also press plates, and then we have cutting dies. These are all sentiments that are from Winnie the Pooh. So this is actually from the back of the packaging, and it tells me what each of these says. So I'm going to be pulling in one of those sentiments as well. And then I'm also going to be using my all-time favorite Delicate Stitches rectangle, scallop rectangle dies. So we're going to have those. And the paper that I'm going to be using is just Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock. I am going to be using the Spellbinders Glimmer, so I pulled out my glimmer foil, hot foil. This is hot foil, just so you know. It's not what is that called when you? It's not like the foil transfer. This is actually hot foil, so it's heat activated. Toner? Yes, it's not toner. So, okay, so that's what we're going to be working with, and then I've also got here. Here is my card base. This is just Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, 110 pound. I've got some gold here, and then I have a couple of just sheets that I'm going to be doing the foiling on. So I should have already heated up my machine, but I forgot to do so. So I'm going to get that heating, but I do want to talk about this. Let me show you this real quick. I do have it plugged in. So this is what the glimmer looks like, all right? This is the platform. It pulls and slides out. When you press it in, it plugs in. So I'm going to heat that up while I'm talking. In order to do this, you need to have a hot foil machine. You also need to have a die cutting machine, okay? The Spellbinders Glimmer, that's their hot foil, comes with these two plates. So you have your spacer pad, and then you have your thin shim. When I used these together with the letterpress dies or letterpress plates, it was too thick. It was just too thick and it was pressing too heavy. And I was actually getting foil in areas like along the edges here, and where I don't want it. Now I end up cutting it out, some of it, but I still didn't want it. So this shim was just too thick. So I thought to myself, what do I have in studio that I can use? So I actually went to my Better Press, and I pulled these out of my Better Press because there's these 3 shims that come with the Better Press, and they're just, I don't know what that is, like a mylar. And your Better Press comes with 3 of these. Now you could use paper if you want, just like a thin cardstock, and shim yours, but I ended up using all 3 of these with this, and I just lay it on top. So I'm letting this heat up right now. It does have to heat up if you've never used this. It's going to take a few minutes. I should have turned this on when we first went live, and I forgot because I don't always do this. But this light is on right now, so once this turns green, then I'm going to be good to go. So I'm going to let this heat up. A couple of tools that I have here. This has a little magnet in it. This is going to make it so that I can easily lift and release the press plate off of that surface because it'll be really hot, and then I can place it. It also comes with your little cooling rack. Now I'm going over this, but just so you know, I don't sell these. I don't get a commission on these or anything like that. I'm just trying to explain to you what I'm going to be using. So I had mentioned to you that I'm going to be doing some stenciling, so I also grabbed some colors of ink. All right. So these are the 4 colors that I've got if you wanted to jot these down. I've got La La Lavender. These are our hybrid inks. Swimming Hole, which is a gorgeous blue. I wanted to go spring because it was like 54 degrees here. I know. I saw that it was like 60 in Ohio. Am I jealous? Yes. Was that kind of you to say to me? No. Because it was only like 54 or something like that here. So I am jealous. Anyway, we've got Fandango. And then Prickly Pear Perfection. All right, so these are the 4 colors that I'm going to use, and I do have a blending brush for each of those. This little sucker is still heating up. My.
It's only been on 3 minutes.
Only 3 minutes. It should have heated up by now.
Really?
Yes, because people don't want to just watch me twiddle my fingers, right? I should have heated it up.
Pretty warm.
No, but the light's not on. It has to get to temperature.
Is it like an oven?
Yes, it's like an oven. It has to get to temperature, otherwise it's not going to cook your food properly.
I want to cook my chicken now.
You want to kick your chicken?
Cook? Did I say kick?
No, I did.
Oh.
Okay, so anyway, this is going to take a moment. I'm going to go ahead and prep a couple of things. So I've got my die here. That's going to be ready to go. So that's all set aside. I've also got my tape. So we're going to go into what we've got. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and get this trimmed and ready to go. Oopsie. Oh my gosh, Kathy said it's only 55 there in Arizona. Really? Okay, see? It's like living in Arizona.
I don't care.
Same temperature as Arizona today, Alan.
One day.
You can't argue that we don't live in a place like Arizona.
One day.
All right, so I'm going to trim this piece a little bit here, just so that I've gotten it ready. But, I've learned that when you do this, I don't foil a lot, but I'm going to be doing it a lot more. I didn't get into like all of the hot foil plates and all that stuff. I just didn't feel like jumping into it. And now I'm actually glad that I didn't, because the letterpress dies can be used to foil. So I'm just kind of getting into this now, and I'll tell you, these are the Tim Holtz scissors. If you guys are ever looking for a good scissor that will actually cut foil nicely, my goodness, these are fantastic. They're excellent. I have some scissors that just do not do the trick. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. My green light is on, all right? So now I can take my die. Let's put this on camera so you can see what I'm doing. Now I can take this die and I can position it. I want to make sure that's going. This is going to be my up, this side here. Okay, so now I'm going to position this on here. Let's just kind of go like that. No, I want it like, no, that was right. kind of play with the angles a little bit and see what you want to do. Now I press this button here. Do, 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 do. And now it's going to heat up the plate. When that's done, we're going to be able to move forward. So this is where you seriously, this is not like one of the most fun things to demo.
Is that just a timer?
You have to, yeah, this is a timer. So this timer is going. When that light is solid, then it has heated up that the press plate, and then I can put my foil over it. So this is where we just have to kind of sit here for a minute and watch it. So if y'all want to get a quick drink or something, or if you have any questions while this is heating, this would be a good time to do that. Brenda said it was 62 in Kentucky today. What else is 55 in Pennsylvania? Oh my! You guys spent that's Linnea. She said that her and her son spent 2 hours at the park without coats on. Oh boy. Okay. Oh nope, it's not. I thought it was solid. I looked at it for a second and I thought it was solid. 54 in California. Wow, was the entire country at like between 50 and 60 degrees today? 70 in Arkansas. Oh, Kathy, you're so funny. Freezing. You don't know what freezing is. All right, you now have a standing invite to come to Michigan in January, Kathy, whenever you want. I'll show you freezing. Okay, so now that light is solid. So you're going to take your foil and you want to put it shiny side down or color side or whatever it is. The shiny side goes down, just like so. Right? And then you're going to take your card like this. Make sure you've got it going in the right direction, meaning, you know, there's an upside and a downside. So I'm going to place this on here. Oh gosh, I hope this works. And then from here, I'm going to place that little sandwich. I've got all 3 of my Better Press pieces here. Now I'm going to hand this off to my husband.
Who's not going to drop it.
Who's not going to drop it. There you go. Try not to. There you go. And he's going to run that through. I'm going to move this off to the side. He's going to run that through the die cutting machine now. Go ahead. Run it through.
I'm working on it.
Yep. Don't press on it. So he's going to run that through and we're going to see what we get. Do, 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 do. Oh, my. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what happened. Crossing my fingers. Please tell me this worked live. It looks pretty good. I'm going to let that cool.
Oh.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Well, I do. Let it cool. Wendy said 4 degrees Celsius this evening. I don't know what that is, though. What is that? I'm assuming maybe you're in Canada? Okay, so let's see what happened. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. See, I still could have gone a little bit tighter. No, actually, no, it looks pretty good. When I go sideways, I don't know if you guys can see that. I could have gone a little bit tighter in the center there on this one little flower right here. I didn't get quite as much of the gold on there. But just look at that shine. Isn't that beautiful? It's so gorgeous. Okay. And then we have this piece. No, we're not going to turn that off yet. But so from here, this is where I was talking about this right here. I think this is kind of neat. It's kind of fun.
That is a cool looking tool.
You take this, and now I can drop this because that puppy is really hot. Okay, so now I'm going to plug this back into the machine and let that heat up again. And because I'm going to end up doing, I have this little piece here, and I want to do my sentiment. And I'm going to get my sentiment out and do the same thing with it. So here's my sentiment. And then I already have some cardstock cut. So once that is solid, that color again, then we're going to run that sentiment. Okay, but in the meantime, we're waiting for that to heat up, and I'm going to get my stencils out. Where's my stencils? All right, here they are. These are my stencils that go with my Sweetheart Floral. Now, I like to cut off the bits of the packaging and store them if there's something on there that I need. So this one tells me that these are my two stencils, stencil A and stencil B. When you look at our stencils, our layering stencils, when you look at A, you're not going to see any of the alignment guides, all right? But when you look at B, now you'll see what I'm talking about. Do you see those alignment guides on there? Actually, it looks better when there you go. See the guides right there? That is how you line up with the previous stencil, okay? Oh, I know, Kathy. Kathy said do not throw away this one, right? Oops, uh-oh, I got that on there. Because this I believe we can use again to like get the negative or something on it. So no, we will be saving that. Okay. So I've got my two stencils here. Oh, this is lit. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my sentiment on here. Let's do this on camera so you can see what I did. So I put my sentiment on there. We got to heat that up. Once that is solid, then I'm going to be putting the foil on, and then I'll put the paper on, and Alan will run that through again. Or maybe he can do that for me.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and you got to make sure this is...
You're going to trim it?
Huh?
You're gonna trim it?
I'll trim it afterwards.
Yeah.
So just put that on there straight and try and be like maybe in the middle, roughly. I'll trim it though. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start my stenciling. I love this stencil set. It's so easy to use. I mean, it really is simple to use. So I'm going to line this up. And you could tape this if you want, but if you have your glass mat, then you've got your magnets, right? These magnets are pretty doggone good. I love these magnets. They're really strong. They're neodymium magnets. And just a little heads up, we're going to, we've got a new release coming out. February 22nd is the launch date, and you are going to be able to buy these magnets separately if you want more magnets, or if you don't have any magnets at all, you'll be able to get them. It's a 2-pack, so they're really awesome. Okay, is that going?
Yep.
All right, so, all right, we're going to let Alan do this. He's going to do it, and then,
This is going to be ugly.
yes, we'll see what happens.
All the way down at one end. In this way, right?
Yep, put that on it. All right, Alan's crafting, everyone.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
All right, here's my brushes. So I've got my 4 brushes. Alan's crafting. Now, one thing I like to do is have a couple of little scrap pieces of something, and this is just a little scrap piece of some handmade paper, just to make sure I don't get ink where I don't want it. And then I also have, you've all seen this is my cloth, where I just brush off if I need to. I'm going to get a little bit of that color, and I am going to kind of protect that one little flower right there, that tiny little one. Now I am just brushing up on this because I don't want to get color on the entire flower. I want to leave some of it white because I think it's really pretty that way. So I want to get color from the bottom side of it, which I think is kind of neat. And then here, I'm going to do the same kind of thing here.
I'm a real boy.
Look at what Alan did. Look what he did. He foiled. He's a crafter. Get this kind of in the center a little bit. Pretty. And then I'm going to protect this little flower over here, and I'm going to protect these a little bit over here, just because I don't want to get anything on them. There we go. Dab off a little bit. Let's get a little bit of pink in there. I don't want a ton. It may not look like a lot of color, but I assure you, once we start seeing it against the white, you'll really see how much pink there is. So I love leaving a little bit of the white on it because it gives it a gorgeous look. So clean off my pink brush. Now I'm going to go to this beautiful blue, which is called Swimming Hole. And now I want to protect the pink areas a little bit because I want to get some of the other flowers in blue. Now this swimming hole color is a very light blue. Let me see if I can, I might even have to go to a bit of a darker color. You know what, I'm going to go to a darker blue. Alan, can you come over here a minute? Will you grab me that one right there? Yep. I'm going to go to this one. This is called Bally Blue because the swimming hole is a tiny bit lighter than I want, but the Bally is going to be really bright. So I just want a little bit. Dab off a little bit and just get that little bit of blue. There we go. It's going to be really pretty. Now again, I'm going to protect over here. Get a tiny bit of blue. I'm going to protect those little flowers there because I want those to be a different color as well. There we go. And then we're going to come over here. I'm just going to protect these little ones. And get some of these. And I have to protect the pink. Because I don't want it to end up purple. There we go. And then what am I doing? The last one, let me clean this brush off a bit. So my last color with the flowers is going to be La La Lavender. So I love these flowers all together on this entire set because they're very loose and light illustrations. There you go. Trying not to rub really hard because I don't want a lot of color. There you go, just that little bit. There we go. Tiny bit of purple. So pretty. But the illustration itself I was mentioning is very, very loose. So there's some areas of the flowers where the lines aren't even connected. And I just think it's so beautiful. It's just so whimsical. Let's clean that brush. Look how pretty that is. Ah, it's just gorgeous. Let's clean this up. Now because I've foiled this in gold, the lines are like really, they're really soft. Look how pretty that is. You know, if you had foiled this, if I had foiled it in a darker color, the lines of the illustration or of the flowers would be that much darker and they'd really stand out more. But doing this in the gold gives it a really beautiful kind of subtle look. And then that mixed in with the loose illustration where some of the lines don't even meet, where they don't even come together, I just think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to, oops, let me move this up a little bit. There you go. I'm just going to press up so that I get one side of those leaves darker. I am going to protect this area over here because I have some blank card area that I want to leave like it is. So I'm pressing up. Over here I'm going to cover up the card, same thing. And I'm pressing from the bottom of the leaves out. Got one over here. bottom of the leaves and press out. Okay. Do the same thing. I don't want to get it all over my... There we go. Move this over and do this one last area. This way you can work with like single colors. I don't have to layer multiple greens and multiple pinks and stuff because I'm letting the color be heavier in some places. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? I love stenciling. I think it is just so beautiful. It's so soft. It's a really fast way to color your images. And it's just gorgeous. So I'm going to give this a quick wipe. Don't have to worry about my glass mat. If it gets on there, it comes right off. You put my... All right, so I'm going to start putting some pieces away and moving things over a little bit. Okay, so from here, we have our image. Look how stunning that is. How beautiful. So, so pretty. Look at that when it catches. Look how gorgeous that is. All those flowers in the middle there. They're just so beautiful. And then here's the sentiment that Alan did. And it says, "Any day spent with you is my favorite day." So pretty.
I made that for you.
You made that for me?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Hunt, I'm going to move this over. I've got to
More work?
find, huh?
More work?
More work for you.
You got a better contract.
Okay, and look at this. Look at what my husband did. He even moved these over onto the cooling rack. He now knows how to make cookies.
Oh, is that what you do?
Okay, so this is the Delicate Stitches scalloped rectangles. I have the scalloped ovals on the back. I'm going to use the two largest dies here. And so I got a little bit of foil down here where I didn't want it, but that doesn't matter because I'm, and please forgive me, but I'm going to cut into this. Yes, I am. I'm going to set it at an angle so that it goes through the machine easier. But yes, I am cutting into this. So I'm going to get this taped where I want it. Okay, that in place, and then I always tape my dies down. They can move when you run them through your die cutting machine. I like to have the blade of the die down so that it prevents my plates from curling. So Alan is going to run that through, and I'm going to go ahead and throw the blade off of my cutting paper trimmer across.
What does that do for you?
What does that do for me? V is saying, where can I get the sentiments and what is the name of them? Oh, it looks like Linnea's answered. These are called Love and Friendship. These are the letterpress. They're called Love and Friendship. do I have a full set of them here? Let me see if I have them here. This is what they look like in their packaging right here.
In their habitat?
Yep, in their habitat. There's 20 dies in total, so you're going to get 20 press plates and then 20 of the cutting dies. The press plates you would use with your Better Press or other letterpress platform. The cutting dies you use with your regular, they're going to go through with your regular cutting plates that come with your die cutting machine. Okay, and this is on the back. This is the piece that I cut out and I put in my storage folder. Okay? Okay, that's that piece right there. Okay. Oh, you know what? He's got this. I'll move this over and I'll get to that in a moment. So it looks like Alan has done this for me. Look at them. He is just a crafting fiend today. So that piece is garbage. We can go ahead and move this aside. Let me get this peeled up. Save my tape so that I can use that next time. The tape, if anybody is wondering, is the mint tape from scrapbook.com. And so now I'm going to press these pieces out. Let me get my tool. I will have 3 pieces. These dies do cut these into 3 pieces, which is just gorgeous. There you go. All right, so clean up on aisle 4. Let's put these down. Clean up, clean up. I remember singing that to my son when he was little. Clean up, clean up. Okay, so now I've got these 3 pieces here. So my image technically is still all intact if I put my little puzzle pieces together. See how pretty everything lays down? Isn't that gorgeous? Now you can actually just adhere them together on the back, and then you'll have all that beautiful texture with the little scallops and stuff, and it looks really, really beautiful on your card. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to pop things up a little bit. They're hooking on each other. All right, so this I'm going to take and flip it over. I am going to apply some tape on the back side because I want to make sure they stay in place. Where's my scissors? Here we go. So I'm going to just put a little bit of tape on the back of it so that they stay in place as I'm working with them. There you go. Get them all in place there. Just a little bit of tape to go across that seam, just to hold it there. You can use any tape for this. I'm just using this because I have it on hand. And I'm sure there's other ways of holding these together, but you know, this is what I've got going on right here. There we go. That'll be fine. That's all I really need. So from here, I'm going to pop this up on some foam. The whole frame I want popped up on foam. So I'm going to cut my foam. This is the Scotch foam, and this is only about 1/16 of an inch in width, which I like because it gives me the freedom to control the thickness of the dimension on my projects. Okay, so I can use just 1 layer, or I can do more than 1 layer if I want even more dimension. All right, that's going to work. Just checking the size, the length of it. Oops. There you go. So that little bit of tape that I put down first was really just to hold everything in place so that I could do this easier. This is the tape that matters. Okay? So I have that, and then this piece goes like this. I'm actually going to put more foam on the back of this one, and I'm going to layer it up twice now. It's not going to give me a ton of extra dimension, but it's going to give me a little bit. Okay. I don't want it to be so thick that, you know, I can't put it in an envelope, right? But I am going to do this 2 layers thick so that it is taller than the outer frame. Okay. So this is how it's going to look then when I put it down. Once it's adhered. See that little bit of depth there? Just a little bit. It's literally 1/16 of an inch, but it's not so much that the image looks spaced apart. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and put, this is my beautiful gold card that is going to go on the front of my, that's like my topper. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this. Line that up. Make sure you're lining it up, in the correct way so that you're opening correctly. I always like to have the opening at the bottom, when I'm working so that I know which way it's opening. So I don't put my, everything on there upside down. So this is going to go on top of it here. Okay. So let me just remove. Oops. There we go. All right, opening on the bottom. And I'm going to look in the camera and make sure I have this centered. This is one of my favorite die sets, my favorite frames. I absolutely love these. They're gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. One of the best staple items that I have. There you go. Angel says, Angie, that is a beautifully made card. I really shouldn't be so scared of using my CC one. Is it your Crafter's Companion hot foil? Is that what that is? Absolutely do not be afraid to use it. Get that out and start playing. This is then going to go like this. So we're going to remove. There we go. And now this, I do want to make sure we look in the camera. Make sure that I'm lining things up. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not going to press it down. I'm going to lift it up and make sure everything is lining up. Looks really good. So I'm very happy with that. I'm going to press those pieces down. Okay. So you can see that there's like that little bit of space around it. Looks like it, but it's not really space. It's just that it's lifted up a bit. Okay, so now we have some dimension on that card. Is that pretty? I think it's gorgeous. And now, how about that sentiment? We need to address that. Okay, so let me move the card out of the way. And I'm going to just trim this sentiment a little bit underneath. I could cut it with a die if I wanted, but I'm not going to. I just want to trim it. This is where I get a little gutsy. I'm going to line this up. I can't hold on to it. A little bit further away. Line it up, press the edge, lay that down, there we go, and let the tool hold it in place. There you go. Now I'm going to trim this about, it's about 1/8 of an inch from the one side, roughly. I'm just guessing, right? I'm just guessing. There you go. Eyeballing it. You eyeballing me, boy? What's that from? What's that from? You eyeballing me, boy?
I knew you were going to do that.
Does anybody know? Was that Lou Gossett Jr.?
Lou Gossett Jr., yeah.
I think it was. Anybody know the name of that movie? You eyeballing me, boy? I got no place else to go.
That's something you say a lot.
I do say that a lot. Okay, so now on the back of my sentiment, I'm going to put one layer of this. So I'm going to cut this in half. Let me see which way this is. So it goes this way. So it's going to hang over a little bit. So on the very end, I don't need to put the adhesive. Not a clue, so nobody knows. That's from an officer and a gentleman. That was from an officer and a gentleman. Oh, Deb got it.
Yeah.
Yep. Very good.
Officer, Catherine got it.
Yep. Officer and a Gentleman. Great movie.
Ossifer.
I know a lot of lines from that movie. So this is how it's going to go. This is what I want to do with it. It's going to go like right here, just down a little bit. Is that cute? So pretty. Oh, Terry Daniel got a hot foil press for Christmas but hasn't used it yet. Well, now is the time, darling. Get that baby out. See, I can't tell if that's straight. I got to hold it up a little bit so I don't get my head in the camera. Although as of this morning, I do not have, my hair is all one color. Let's put it that way. There you go. Look how pretty. Oh, that girl needs his manicure. Who's got those awful looking hands on that camera? Someone needs to get her nails done. Let me see if I can catch there it is. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, so pretty. Love it. Let's get that sentiment too. Gotta catch the light just right. Look at that. So pretty. All right. That really is all there is to that. I think we're a little early. Ellen, do you want to switch the camera?
Sure.
Oh, Terry says I make it look so simple. It is simple. You just watch me do it.
Well, the foiling part's pretty simple.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's really a matter of just having really good staple items like the scalloped rectangles. I mean, you can't go wrong with these. This is by far my favorite die set that we've ever done. If somebody were to ask me, what are like the top, maybe 10 things that I should get to make crafting easier and things that I can use over and over and over and over and over again, this would be number one on my list. It absolutely would, because we've got dies in here that have scallops on the outside, scallops on the inside. They can layer. You can make frames. You can do so much with them. That really makes a big difference with your card when you can do beautiful things like that. So it's just one die set. You don't have to go fussing around and buying 3 different die sets to do what this one can do. So it's really nice. So that one, that's what makes it so easy. The stencils that we give you, we try and, make it really easy to look, I don't know, what's the word, professional, I guess, Anybody can do this. It is easy. But this is why we do the classes too. This is why I love doing these classes, so you can really see how simple it is to make some beautiful things. And you can recreate this design that I've done with all kinds of different flowers. That could be done with all kinds of flowers. You can do it even with stamps. If you don't want to do hot foiling, you can do it with stamps. You can stamp an image, color it in with your stencils, and then do the same kind of a thing. So it really is easy. Gail says the only problem using the letterpress place with foil is if you do your foil wrong, then it wrecks your plate for inking the letterpress. Yeah, I don't know. You might be able to clean that off. That I really don't know. You might be able to clean it off. You do want to make sure, no matter what you're doing, you want to make sure that you have your foil on in the correct direction. She's talking about if you flip your foil in the wrong direction, you're going to heat it and press it right on there.
Well, tell her don't let her husband do it.
Don't do that, is what I would say. Be careful. But yeah, I didn't do that. So I really can't even speak to what would happen if if that occurred. We should test that. We've got plenty of dies. We should test that and see. Maybe we can even clean that off right away with the cleaner or something. I don't know. We'd have to see. That's a good test to try and see if we can come up with a solution for if somebody does that. I hadn't thought of that. So thank you, Gail, for mentioning that. We will see what we can do with that. So yeah, all right. So we're gonna have a giveaway. Yay! You know what we should do?
What?
We're gonna give that away.
Oh my!
We're gonna give that away because I think everybody should have it.
Do we have any?
I can't give it away to everybody. We do have some, don't we?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I don't know. You usually give away things we don't have or sell things we don't have.
It is a really good
Or
seller.
have a big sale on things we don't have.
Barbara's saying acetone takes off foil, and that is great. What you need to remember, though, Barbara, is that with these dies, with the letterpress dies, there is a coating on here. So I don't know if acetone is going to damage that coating. So that's something you don't want to be ruining them. Of course, if it is already ruined because you got the foil on there, then maybe that's, but I don't know. We're going to do a little bit of testing and we'll see what we can come up with that. But I would be very careful about what you use to clean those dyes. I will tell you that our extreme cleaner is perfectly safe for them. I use it all the time just when cleaning the dyes, cleaning ink and stuff off of them. So yeah, you want to be careful with that. But anyway, all right, so we're going to do a giveaway. So if anybody wants, a set of those scalloped rectangles, let us know. Mr. Hunt is going to choose somebody's name.
Oh, put it on me.
Yes, it is on you. All right.
I don't think...
We've got some pick-me's out there.
Angel Harrell hasn't...
Angel?
Angel hasn't
All right.
won in a long time.
Angel, you are tonight's winner. You have won the scalloped rectangles. Yay! Angel, please, if you would do me a favor, do us both a favor, and send your complete name, mailing address to customer service at ldrscreative.com. Linnea is going to put that up on the screen for you. And we will get your scallop rectangle dies out to you right away. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you for always being here and supporting us too. We really, really appreciate you and we appreciate everybody else as well. So yay. Oh, Angel's excited. Yay. Okay, everybody. It is time for us to get rolling. Don't forget, I mentioned to you already that on Tuesday, the 13th, so it's next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be on the HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne at 8 p.m. All day long from 11 to 11, they're going to be having a live stream. We're going to be crafting. It's not the same format that you see on hsn.com or on television. This is going to be a lot of crafting. So I'm going to be on for half an hour crafting with new kits and having fun with that. So that's going to be really cool. We've got our new release coming out on the 22nd. So get ready for that because we've got lots of goodies there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to mention.
Do you know anything about next Thursday?
I don't know what I'm going to do next Thursday, but I will be back. If you haven't already liked our video, please do so. That always helps us out. If you haven't already subscribed, we'd love for you to do that. Follow us everywhere that you can. All of those things, whether it's Instagram or Facebook group, all that stuff, that all helps us out. So that would be fantastic. So anyway, we will be back here next Thursday. I don't know what I'm going to be crafting with, but I'll figure something out. It will be the same time, same place. Until then, have a wonderful evening. Have a fantastic weekend. And we will see you guys hopefully on Tuesday at 8 p.m. over at HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne. Bye, everybody. Have a great night.